to 8 hours of direct sunlight a day.
Okay, that's what.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and then in the off season, I bring it indoors, and I can grow indoors using grow lights. So I live, like you, down in Sarasota, Florida. So our off season is actually the middle of the summer. It gets very, very hot, and it's very difficult to grow foods in the summer. There's a few that you can outdoors, but it's not the best growing season. So I bring it indoors in the summer, as opposed to those people in northern areas. They garden with it outdoors in the summer, and then they bring it indoors in the winter time.
It's almost like we're in Australia down here. That's funny. Who does who makes vertical aeroponic growing towers? Is it Juice Plus as well?
The company I work with. Yes. It's a really interesting story. A gentleman named Tim Blank, he invented this growing machine. He was working at Disney, and he had created the Living Gardens area there, which is a ride there that you can go on a little boat ride through and see all kinds of aeroponic and hydroponic growing, etc. And it's really cool. And they use all that food there to help supply the restaurants, etc. So he'd been working there for, I'm not 100% sure, I'll say maybe 15 years-ish or so. And in that time frame, he had created and invented a residential style growing system because he wanted this technology to be available to everyone easily in their homes. And it just so happened, as the story as I'm told, is that his mother was friends with a woman that was also a franchisee with my company. And when she saw this device and learned about it, she immediately thought, wow, that's exactly with the mission of my company. And we're all about spreading health and wellness around the world by getting more plants into people. And this is exactly, corresponds with that. We want people to eat more real whole food. And so she introduced it to the owner of our company, and we purchased it from him. And now I'm really proud to say that Tim Blank works with our company now and heads up that whole division.
Of course, when I think about it, all the stuff you grow and all that good stuff, it's all in the tablets, isn't it? And the tablets and the chewy things and the Juice Plus vitamins, right? It's all there. You don't have to grow anything now.
Well, actually, all the nutrition from your fruits and vegetables you can get that way, but you still have to eat. And so when people make choices of what they're going to eat, even though, we utilize the capsules and the gummies to bridge the nutritional gaps that we all have, no matter, what you put in your body, you still have to sit down and eat food. And we love it when people can make the choices of whole foods and especially plants, that they put that on their plate, when they're making their choices.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have seen several unique growing systems. And what are some advantages of growing in your vertical system?
Well, that's a good question. There's a lot of systems that I've seen out there that you can, find in the internet. And there are a lot of advantages to this growing system. First of all, the technology is very unique. This design wasn't just, created from a self-help little booklet that you went and bought PVC and stuck it together, etc. I mean, this is a very well-designed and studied machine that's extremely efficient. It uses 95% less water. I'm going to repeat that. 95% less water than traditional growing.
Wow.
So talk about being sustainable. And, I just absolutely love that. And so for people that are traditional growers, they'll know that's their biggest expense is the watering. So,
really?
I love the fact Yeah, I mean,
I,
you have to go out and water those plants every day, all day
yeah,
long.
but
They
I
have
would
to have
think,
water.
yeah, I would think though, with this place where it rains all the time, that water wouldn't be that expensive. It would be more electricity would be the expense, or am I wrong?
No, I mean, in traditional growing outdoors, you don't use electricity.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
So,
yeah, for the expense for this machine, does it use a lot of electricity, these vertical aeroponic growing
that's a
towers?
great question. So, so to run the tower, it it's fascinating because even though the pump runs 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, and it's continuous,
Huh?
it costs less than $7 to $10 a year to run it.
No, that cheap? Wow, that's really
Absolutely,
good. That's really
absolutely,
good.
it's really incredible. So you're recycling the water and sustainable that way. It costs almost nothing, in electricity, and food grows up to 3 times faster. So, you can grow a half an acre of produce in that small area. So we have two different models, and the one that we have that is made for indoors or outdoors, it can hold 20 plants in norm. You can get extension kits that can bring it up to 28 plants. Or if you have a baby greens extension kit, it can hold up to 52 plants. The one that is the newer model that's a little bit smaller and it's made primarily to be utilized indoors, and we made it specifically for people, that want to have these right in their kitchen. People like to have it right there,
Sure.
although you can put it wherever you want. But that one holds up to 32 plants. It comes, with a baby greens kit already attached, so it has 32 plants there. Now, you can buy the towers in what we call a family garden, which is 3 towers, and
Okay.
that can hold up to 4 plants. And you can do a community garden, which is 12 towers. So a lot of people have, community gardens at their parks, etc. Well, you
Uh-huh.
can, use the towers there instead, and that can be up to 336, crops with 12 towers. But now, what's fascinating is we have a whole division of our company called Tower Farms.
Hmm.
And so we are helping traditional farmers convert their traditional farms into tower farms. And those industrial sized towers hold, I think, 44 plants each. And there's equipment that goes along with them to help keep them, filled with water, et cetera. So, this is by far the wave of the future.
Jeez.
Land is very scarce on our planet, and we will be forced to be growing vertically. So it may seem new to some people that may be listening, but vertical growing is not a new concept. And my company has always been very forward thinking when it comes to health and nutrition, et cetera, and same with growing. So,
Now, I
um,
would
you know,
think you would have more of a market there in big cities, wouldn't you? Rather than in where you can be outdoors or on a veranda or something and have your own farm right in the middle of the city. More so than maybe I don't know in the suburbs outside here of Sarasota, Florida. What do you think?
no, I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I think everybody would, utilize, growing, a garden or in a super easy way. So, I live in a suburb, and I've got 2 towers growing at my house. I sometimes I keep them in the front yard on my patio, right by my front door. Sometimes I put them on my back patio inside my screen. And then, like I said, I bring them indoors during the hot season. I live on a nice piece of land. I've got quite a lot of room. And like I said, I tried to grow gardens in my yard all the time, and it just wasn't very successful that way.
Well, it
I have
sounds.
friends here
Yeah,
that,
go ahead.
I have friends here that live in condominiums
Mm.
right on the ocean that are, 30 stories up and with a teeny tiny patio. And they've got their tower right there on the patio. and it
Well, it
works
sounds
great.
it
I've got
sounds
people.
really good because it would seem that you don't even have to go to the grocery store anymore if you have this done right, huh?
Yeah, it's really awesome because depending on the amount of produce that you use, it will actually pay for itself in 3 to 6 months in produce, which is
Wow.
very cool. A
Very
lot
good.
of people ask me, what can I grow in this device? And it's awesome because you can grow vegetables, fruits, herbs, flowers, anything that doesn't grow deep in the ground or in a tree. So, all your peppers, your peas, your beans, your lettuces, your herbs, your tomatoes, your watermelon, your strawberries, your squashes, um, you know, just about anything. It's really
Sure.
fascinating.
Sure. Well, Julie Stewart, unfortunately, we don't have too much time left. Um, I'd like to I'd like to thank Julie Stewart, STEWART of Juice Plus, um, for being with us today. To visit her website, you have to go to Julie Stewart, Julie Stewart, STEWART.juiceplus.com. You click on the globe in the top right corner to change the website to any country and the corresponding language. Don't forget, kids up to 26 years old can get Juice Plus at no cost with the Healthy Starts for Families program. Julie can be easily reached by phone or text at 941-726-0707. Her email is juliecdstewart@gmail.com. She's on Facebook, facebook.com/julie.stewart.77985, or Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp 941-726-0707. She's also on Instagram at Julie Dutton Stewart. And she says, I look forward to personally helping you on your healthy journey. So ask me also about Shred 10. And I love looking good and feeling good, and you can too. Thank you, Julie. This is Richard Bont, host of Curmudgeonly Yours on Society Bites Radio. Thank you, Julie Stewart.
Thank you so much.
So I'd like to thank our guests for being on Curmudgeonly Yours today. And please, if you like what you heard, send me an email to richard@richardbont.com. And if you didn't, please keep your comments to yourself. Remember, this is Richard Bont and Curmudgeonly Yours on Society Bites Radio, where everything is what it seems, nothing is what it seems, and what is not said is often of most interest.